Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How do the Bears keep on doing this, man? Like every single week I tell myself there's no way I could possibly be disappointed for the following week because I have zero expectations. I have zero expectations for this team. There's no possible fucking way they could find a way to still disappoint me, to create a new way of losing. But sure enough, that's exactly what they did. They invented a new way to lose a close football game. The Chicago Bears scored 17 points in the fourth quarter, had a miracle onside kick. Cairo nails a 48-yard field goal to send this game into overtime, and then still the Chicago Bears find a way to lose this game in overtime. Even after that miracle, they find a way to lose because that's what bad football teams do. That's what poorly coached football teams like Matt Eberflus, the Chicago Bears, do. They find every single fucking way to lose a football game. And damn, guys, like I'm seriously pissed right now. Like I should not be pissed because it doesn't matter, okay? The season was over anyways. We're not going to make the playoffs, but it would have been so fucking nice to finally get a win for Caleb. Okay, Caleb did so well in this game besides for just one sack. Obviously, Caleb should have thrown that ball away, but Caleb was the only reason the Bears were in this game to begin with. He made a handful of very clutch plays in the fourth quarter. He was so good throughout this entire game, guys, okay, against a top 10 Brian Flores defense, a defense that makes life hell on rookie quarterbacks most times. Caleb Williams went 32 for 47 for 340 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and no interceptions. He also had 6 carries for 33 rushing yards. He led the Bears in both passing and rushing because, again, the Bears had zero run game throughout this game. They could not get the run game established because DeAndre Swift, really was not able to do that much in this game on the ground. So we're just putting so much on Caleb Williams' plate, and he keeps on delivering time and time again in the clutch. Okay, the past couple months now, he's made so many plays in crunch time in the clutch to help the Chicago Bears win a football game, but somehow we always find a way to still blow those games. But I do want to talk about Caleb a little bit more and talk about the day that he had because, my God, man, it was a fantastic performance out of Caleb Williams. He had a couple throws in which I just still cannot believe how he possibly got those throws off. But on the second drive, I think it was the second drive where Caleb unloaded a tight window pass to Keenan Allen where there was a defender just about to get his hands in there, but Caleb rifled the ball in there. A fantastic throw by Caleb to Keenan, and then obviously the throw to DeAndre Swift on that same drive in which he was running all the way to his right, basically sprinting. He jumps, it's an awkward arm angle, but he still puts that ball perfectly in DeAndre Swift's hands. I mean, that is the type of USC magic I've been waiting to see out of Caleb. Okay, so far he's not really done that too much with the Chicago Bears, those crazy extending of plays, but he did that today time and time again, and I think it's because of Thomas Brown. Thomas Brown is encouraging Caleb to attempt these riskier tight window throws a lot more than Shane Waldron did, and you can really see it out there on the football field because on third down, some of the third and longs, Caleb converted with his arm, putting the ball in a very tight window, but trusting his arm and trusting his arm power to get that ball in there, and he did that so many times. I mean, that's why Caleb had 340 passing yards in this game, again, against a pretty good Vikings defense, a defense that makes life so difficult on rookie quarterbacks. Caleb dotted that defense up for the most part. Now, it wasn't all perfect. There were a couple bad misses again. Sometimes you can still improve on the deep accuracy, but the fact that Caleb was so good in this game, the fact that he was so clutch at the end of the fourth quarter, even after the onside kick, he gets the ball in there for the game-tying field goal. That was a fantastic play made by Caleb. It seems like in crunch time, this guy always shows up. Again, besides for one sack in overtime, but I'm not going to kill him for one mistake, okay, because his team should have showed up for him and helped him out, but his team completely let him down in overtime. So, hats off to Caleb Williams, guys. Like, I am so happy this guy is our quarterback. This guy is going to be the quarterback of the Bears for a long, long time because even though we have such a shitty coach, he's still performing pretty well. And I think that, the Bears really should fire Eberflus right now and promote Thomas Brown to head coach for the rest of the season. That would be the smartest thing to do because clearly the team has given up on Flus, but at least Thomas Brown is bringing new fresh ideas, new energy to the offense, and Caleb is really delivering as well. So hats off to Caleb and the Bears offense. They put together a very good fight against a top defense. But talking about the Chicago Bears defense, they were atrocious in this game. They allowed 452 yards of offense to the Minnesota Vikings. 452 yards of offense against this team, against Sam Darnold. And obviously, guys, Kevin O'Connell is a fantastic coach and they have so many weapons. I'm not trying to say the Vikings don't have a good offense, but if you have a defensive guru, a defensive head coach in Matt Eberflus, he should be able to provide you with some value as a defensive mind and stop some of these top offenses, okay? But still, every time the Bears defense needed a big stop, they were unable to get it. The secondary was not good in this game. They were allowing big-time plays down the field constantly. Some of them were, ticky-tacky, like Jalen Johnson, his pass interference. A little bit ticky-tacky. There were a lot of bad calls in this game, guys, by the way, against the Chicago Bears. So, the refs did seem pretty one-sided in this one. They didn't call any pass interference on the DJ Moore throw to Rome Odunze. That was definitely pass interference, it looked like, but didn't call that one. There were a couple other missed calls, too, which would have benefited the Bears. But regardless, guys, the Bears defense was very soft in this one. They were missing tackles. Eberflus always plays his DB so far off the line of scrimmage on a big, crucial down, like a 3rd and 15 every single time, guys. The Bears DBs are so far back off the line of scrimmage, just allowing easy conversions to the opposing team. I don't get why we are doing this. Where is the aggressiveness? Where is the blitzing? Where's the pressure? Sam Darnold did not face much pressure throughout the vast majority of this game. The Bears had 3 sacks, but there were way too many plays in which he had all day in the pocket just to throw down the field to wide open guys. So again, the fact that we have invested so much on this defense in terms of draft capital, in terms of money, the fact that we have a defensive minded head coach and we're still not getting good results out of the defense is another reason why Matt Eberflus needs to be fired. Okay, you're getting so much to work with, but still you're allowing our team to choke these games away in the final seconds every single fucking game. So man, the Bears defense should be embarrassed of themselves. I know the Bears offense also was dormant for the vast majority of the game, but the Bears offense made the plays to win this game at the end. And you just needed one stop to potentially, win this game at the very end, and you cannot get that stop. So it is just so disappointing because it feels like this team has completely given up on Matt Eberflus. There's no energy anymore on the defense. There's no camaraderie anymore. And it just makes me think the Bears need to fire this guy right now and break their streak of never firing a coach in season. They should break that for Matt Eberflus because he's wasting such a good Bears team. Okay, this Bears team, in my opinion, guys, has much more talent than their record suggests. Okay, we've choked so many close games away. This team very easily could have 7 wins or even 8 wins with an average head coach, but we have the worst fucking coach in the NFL, and that's on Ryan Poles too, guys. As much as I have praised Ryan Poles in the past, his decision to keep Eberflus was a horrible one, and that might be his downfall as general manager of the Bears. It doesn't matter how good of a roster you built or how good of a quarterback you drafted. If you keep the absolute buffoon of a head coach you hired, which you should not have hired in the first place, the fact that you kept him here, why would you do that, Ryan Poles? It doesn't make any damn sense. You should have started over with the Ben Johnson, with literally anybody else, but you wasted a season of this Chicago Bears roster because you refused to fire Matt Eberflus. So it is just so disappointing, guys, because this should have been such a fun season for us Chicago Bears fans. We have the talent to compete against the best teams in football. We almost beat the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings, and even against the Texans, we only lost that game by 1 possession. So this Bears team clearly has talent on it, but we just cannot finish games because, again, our coaching, in my opinion, is the worst in the NFL. Matt Eberflus in Bears history is one of the worst Bears coaches ever. What does he provide to this team? I can't think of a single positive thing he does. And if this Bears organization was smart, they would fire him right now, tonight. Don't even let him coach the Thanksgiving game because this team clearly does not want to play for him anymore. But we are the Chicago Bears. I'm not expecting a firing in season because we're too weak of a franchise to actually do that, but I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, if we get blown out against the Lions on Thanksgiving, maybe there's a chance he gets fired on Black Friday. I don't know, but It just fucking sucks, guys. Like, leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about this game? I was so excited when we tied this game up, made it go into overtime. I thought maybe there's a chance we could finally get something good as Bears fans, but of course I should have known better. This is the Chicago Bears we're talking about, and we're not allowed to have nice things. Leave your comments down below. Fuck this team.